Good Thursday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. Wow, is it Thursday? What's going on down here in Florida, right? Good Lord. Morning. Wow, I mean, this is just incredible what has populated my garage, or my dad's garage. It's an end here at the Ice Age TV Adventures down here in Florida. So, hey, good morning there. Thursday morning to all those that watch my channel. Thanks so much for participating and getting into the driveway right now. But there he is. Popcorn and the kid, 2 peas in a pod. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at this Harley Davidson Street Glide ST 2023. Wow. Can you believe it? Does this thing just really look good? I mean, oh my gosh. I've had my eye on this bike now for really about a year. There she is, revving up her engine, being Mrs. The fast girl. Wow. I mean, just unbelievable how this actually played out. If you really watch my channel, you'll see that on Tuesday, we went by the Harley dealer, and I just said, you know, let's just see what plays out here today. And just unbelievable that poor Richie Harley really did pull off this deal for us. So thank you, Port Richie Harley Davidson. I really do like their dealership. Got some great people there, and Jason in service is so cool. And so just really cool, but I'm so disappointed on how I didn't think through putting a head pipe and a tune on this bike before we took it. I really should have done that. So we put the really nice Reinhardt exhaust on it, but I'm like, wow, why didn't I just stop for a second and say, hey, let's do like we did last year with the Lowrider ST 117. Let's do a whole head pipe tune on it. So this morning, they're going to open up 9 o'clock. I'm going to give them a call, and I'm going to see what type of price they're going to give me, and see if we can maybe take this back and get some more note out of this, because the daughter's already like, hey, Dad, you know, it sounds good, but man, and she's been spoiled by that Lowrider ST 117 with that Bassani exhaust, single stage, not a dual, and I don't disagree. So this morning, this thing may take a ride back up to Port Richie Harley if they got the head pipe in stock. And, the kid is wanting my help. What happened? Did he just blow his coffee everywhere? Huh? Oh, look at this here. So it looks like Poppy is keeping the tradition going. I'm going to grab my coffee by trashing the car. It just gives us another project for another day, right? I'll come to the other side, baby. Oh, there you go. That was close. There you go, young lady. Thank you. And so
we almost weren't able to buy breakfast at Wendy's.
Okay, sounds
they
like
took cash only.
You have no cash?
Well, I scrounged them up with some of the quarters.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right. So anyways, back to the Street Glide ST. I really think for the last run of the 2023 is, if you're a real Harley enthusiast, you know that this model is no longer being built. It's been updated in 2024, so the whole motorcycle has been redone. And by far, I don't disagree with anybody out there. The 2024 definitely is a more refined, better motorcycle, but we're just not excited about the Street Glide. I just don't like the ashtray. I don't like the infotainment center. Now the Road Glide, Mr. Sanchez, who's one of my followers that's been pushing for years for Julia to evolve to this bagger bike, and that's what he actually said on my channel was, hey man, see, I told you so. Told you she'd have a bagger, which yes, Mr. Sanchez, you are right. And he's found on the page as well that the Street Glide, I just don't think the Street Glide has the same kind of badass look to it. But for anybody out there, the Street Glide, nice. If there's a Street Glide out there that's new, I'm not here to be critical of your bike. I think the Road Glide has really good lines, but it's more about the technology that's kind of aggravating on the 2024s and 2023s. And once again, I just think the previous generation still is a really nice motorcycle, even though the new generation definitely is a great bike. So I'm not trying to be critical of others that bought a 2024 Harley Davidson. I think they're a beautiful bike. I have one. I have a CVO ST. So I'd be eating my own words if I said I didn't like the 24 Harleys. But once again, this is a leftover, and slowly but surely, the Street Glide and the Road Glide STs are starting to disappear and being brand new. Of course, they're always going to be around the used market, but for the new side, they're slowly starting to, people are starting to pick them up because the dealers are giving big discounts on them. And for the record, I paid 28 grand plus tax on this motorcycle. So it really was a great deal, even though some will say, yeah, but you can buy a brand new 24, that's the latest, greatest, and it's probably going to be about the same price, or maybe a little less, depending on how you optioned out the bike. So, but I just really love the color of the paint. I love the Harley Davidson painted theme looking on the gas tank. I like the blacked out package. I like the Reinhardt exhaust, but once again, I think we have but no choice. If I want to keep the kid on that, the motor head, the noise head, I think we're going to have to put a head pipe on it soon, which they do that, because we did it last year on my ST, the Lowrider ST. So that may be a project. You may see that little ride up the road today, and then of course just kind of see the before and after, which I think a lot of people kind of know those exhaust notes from the before and after. And this one doesn't sound bad, but at the same time, you always want it to be louder. Just like this bike here, the Honda. Boy, putting this Yoshimura, however you want to pronounce it, huge difference in the way this motorcycle sounds, huge difference in the fun factor. It's just always about that exhaust note that really does make the vehicle so much more fun to ride. And that's what it's all about with these Ice Age vehicles. You know, the V-twins, all that. And for the kid, hey, get the motorcycle key real quick, baby. Can you do that for me? I want to start the bike up for the
Don't tell me David ate all the chicken tenders.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Where did you put them?
I didn't. Popcorn did. Grab your bike key, please. So, anyways, I'm drinking water here. Getting distracted, right? It happens here. Thank you, baby.
I'm gonna be so
Oh, no. So it's all about the chicken. Chicken. So here we go. So I talk about this all the time on my channel, but if you're not a regular subscriber or a regular viewer, this is the challenge from the 2023 to 2024. On the 2023 motorcycle, you can turn this ignition on and the motorcycle powers up. And people have heard of this a gazillion times on my channel that actually watch my channel.
Stylization of the cover.
And so what I like about the previous generation is you can start this motorcycle up. You look here, turn that little switch there, then you go over here. That's pretty stout. Doesn't like this thing's real quiet, but you always want more exhaust. That's not bad. That sounds pretty damn good this morning, so maybe I may be eating my words on that. Yesterday, it didn't seem to have that same type of exhaust note on it. But anyways, that's pretty damn good. That really is. And I would wake up the damn neighborhood. I can promise you that. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. I'm eating my words now, everybody. Wow. Pretty damn good for just a slip-on muffler. But now here's the thing that I always talk about on my channel is I just turned off the motorcycle, but I still have all my accessories on. And on the new generation, you can argue with me all day long, you can't do that. When you turn off the bike, all the accessories turn off. It's the most aggravating thing in the world, because if you go to the gas station and you want to get gas in your bike and you want to keep all of your Bluetooth connectivity, radio, everything going on this motorcycle, you can fill the bike up and have everything connected. On the brand new bikes, when you turn off this switch to that engine on the new motorcycles, the whole bike goes dead. It's the stupidest ass design in the world. Now somebody will say, but yeah, Mr. Iceman, you can take the little hold down button on the new bike and everything powers back on. But it doesn't matter because the bike turns off. You're starting all over again to get everything connected. Anybody here in the real world of the cars and Bluetooth and motorcycles and Bluetooth, you know it's a constant challenge of connectivity. It about drives you nuts. Even to the point, yesterday when we left the dealership, I went ahead and paired my daughter's phone. I get everything set up, turned it on. I know the bikes because I've owned so many of these, and I showed her how to get her phone paired to the bike. And then we got the music playing, blah blah blah. When she gets home, the music quit playing. So I suspect her phone actually stopped. I mean, I don't really know, but all I know is she was aggravated because she was looking forward to listening to the music through this brand new motorcycle that has the bat wing and has the speakers built into it where you don't have to rely on a headset on your helmet to listen to music. So she was so disappointed, but we figured it out when we got back home, and so I think we figured it out. But even though things with all this technology, these bikes, about drives you nuts. So, but I really like the previous generation just for what I showed you on how you can power the accessories off and on and leave the motor on or off, but you don't power down the actual accessory switch. So now you have to say to yourself, what are we going to do with this bike? Well, I think for sure we'll get the little air conditioning vents, that's what they call them, where you have little vents, have a little protector here where you can angle it to get more air into you. I think we should upgrade the screen, the windshield, whatever you want to call it, to a little higher. I think she said she liked a little higher wind splitter, so we'll look into that. She said she'd like to get highway pegs. She feels like she'd be able to stretch out in this bike because she has the forward reach upgraded Harley Davidson seat. Really interesting. If you watch my channel, this past February, March, we were up at Crystal River, Florida, Crystal River Harley Davidson, and I tried to trade out my Lowrider ST for the Street Glide ST, and we just couldn't get that done. And then we thought about just maybe getting the Street Glide ST. We just couldn't get the deal done. But what's interesting up there, their presentation was we should put a shock extension to lower the bike down a little lower so my daughter would be able to put both her feet on the ground. And that's been a challenge for my daughter to ride these bigger bagger bikes, is the availability, her capability to be flat-footed on a bike. And that's a big problem. And so if we would have bought the bike from Crystal Harley Davidson, they were going to take the bike and kind of, to a degree, alter the suspension. And what's crazy is here at the Port Richey Harley, Steve, the sales manager there, he's like, why are you going to do that? All she needs is a more narrow seat to make it so she would, narrow seat, a little lower cut seat, and she would be fine. And you know what? For Steve there, he was really smart because he's exactly right. And we bought the factory Harley Davidson forward reach, lower profile seat on this bike, and my daughter fits this perfectly, and we didn't intrude on the real suspension of this motorcycle because apparently it has a little performance suspension on it, and if you start changing the dynamics of it, you're taking away really what the bike was built for. You paying more money because this is an expensive bike. This is like a $34,000 bike, 33. It could have been 38. I'm not really sure on the total MSRP, meaning that I've got the Fast Johnny and all. And so if you go through the numbers on the bike when it first came out, you're going to probably be in this bike for about $38,000. And so we got a great deal by them discounting substantially. And once again, it's because of the 117 motor, I call them the brass monkey style wheels, the so-called different suspension, the bags. I mean, it's a different built bike from the regular Street Glide or Street Glide Special. So it's supposed to be like the racing series, bagger series, kind of theme bike to a degree. Then not totally, but just kind of. So for the kid, I think that really, for the most part, maybe we do a head pipe just after listening to that exhaust. I don't know, man. That's pretty damn stout. So I may have to rethink that this morning and see what's available. But even though it'd be pretty cool to have the head pipe and get rid of the catalytic converter and all the other stuff, just to make it a little bit more free flowing and just really give it a cool exhaust note and performance as well. The bike's definitely going to be more performance. When you get the bikes, I've had so many Harleys. When you go to the CVO series, there's just, if you think about this bike, in so many ways, this is the lesser CVO. So if somebody said, the CVO, the custom vehicle operation, which I have a CVO and I had tons of CVOs, And the CVO, you know, that then where it typically goes to is you get the speakers in the rear saddlebags. Years ago, you used to get the lowers, which they took that away. So what's interesting is for the CVO series, and then you would get the more fancy grips right here. I don't know if you get the heated grips or not. I don't think you did. You get a more themed seat out of it, but you're into a $40,000+ motorcycle. So in so many ways, this is such a bargain motorcycle for the last run of the Street Glide and Road Glide series, because you're getting that 117, which was exclusive to CVO for many years, and it wasn't just really for the last few years that Harley opened up the 117 motor and more options in the Street Glide and Road Glide non-CVO product. And so, and I love that motor. I mean, the 117 motor, I think that's just a really stout, cool motor. Now, of course, I love my new 121 motor. I really have had a lot of 117 motors. I just think it's a great package. And if you look here on the front, you know, fairing, the bat wing, they call it the bat wing because this is a fixed fairing to the handlebars. Anybody out there that's not really the Harley Davidson enthusiast or follows everything, what that means is this motorcycle here, this fairing attached to the handlebars, and it's a good bad thing. I think the girls have a better fit on this motorcycle, but I think the Road Glide works too. But in the heavy winds, this can push you around. This can really push around your arms, and you can get a lot more of that kind of shimmy shammy and high winds or going by tractor trailers or medium high tractor trailer. But the Road Glide, it has the fixed fairing where the handlebars are separate so that you can ride the motorcycle in that front bike just streamlines it. You don't get that more pushed around feeling on the handlebars. Now my video content is very short this morning. I'm just out of video room and I have to go through this phone and delete videos I don't want to delete right now. So this is a really short video this morning just because I don't have enough storage on my phone. And I got to get to work. Lots of things. I think you're going to see some other things populate maybe today, but I for sure want to go back to Harley dealer and get a new windscreen. Let's get her some highway pegs. You know, what else do we do to it? I don't really think a lot of other things. I'll get a price on the head pipe and tune, see if it makes any sense. And I think that's going to kind of be it for the bike for today. And or do we get some riding time with my 360 Insta new camera that I can go down the road with, that's mounted on my Honda CB 1000 R, and I can get some video time of my daughter riding around the area. So we may do that as well. So time, I'm down to the last second. It's going to cut off any minute. So hey everybody, I really appreciate you watching my channel. Hope everybody has a blessed day and stay tuned for more content and more great conversations.